I want to talk about my editor Santi, the guy who has kept this entire channel afloat for years. He just knows exactly how I want to transition, what music hits right, and when to speed up a joke for maximum impact. Honestly, without his specific touch, half the videos I even consider complete would still be gathering digital dust on my hard drive. So I decided to try something a little bit blasphemous and see if an AI could handle the mundane editing tasks for him. He immediately rolled his eyes at the suggestion, which I totally expected, so I made him a strong cup of coffee as a peace offering. We both managed to survive the experiment, and here is what we learned about the changing industry. The entire film and content world is shifting incredibly quickly, driven by attention spans and new distribution platforms. The real change is that tools are finally emerging to automate the tedious grunt work that used to consume entire days of production time. People worry about robots taking their jobs, but the reality is the boring, repetitive parts are what get automated first. Those entry-level roles focused on logging, trimming interviews, or tagging footage are exactly what AI is targeting to handle now. For small teams like mine, my least favorite step has always been that initial slog of importing and scrubbing through hours of raw takes. You either have to grind through the pauses and the ums yourself, or you have to pay someone else to handle that painful process. That's why I dedicated an entire week to testing Vizard, an AI designed specifically to conquer long-form video processing. It's built to instantly turn massive videos into ready-to-post short clips and even manage the publishing cadence for you. I get pitched a lot of game-changing magic tools daily, and frankly, most of them are just straight-up hype. What makes Vizard stand out is that it's engineered around the actual creator workflow. Find the gold, make it shareable, and schedule it. I'm absolutely not saying this tool replaces my human editor Santi, who remains my essential creative sounding board. Its promise is to eliminate the soul-crushing administrative tasks so we can pour our energy into the truly creative elements. So let's break down exactly what Vizard accomplishes in your typical content pipeline. The first major function is its ability to automatically edit viral clips by scanning your long-form footage. It intelligently searches for peaks in audience energy, emotional beats, and effective punchlines that translate well to short form. Basically, it finds those perfect bite-sized moments that are easy to post and have the highest chance of getting traction online. Next up is the auto schedule feature, which lets you set your desired posting frequency and queues everything up automatically. You no longer have to manually drop every single clip into your publishing calendar according to your set rules. Finally, the integrated content calendar lets you manage, tweak, and publish across all platforms from one central dashboard. It truly feels like having an assistant who not only finds the clips, but also meticulously lines them up for prime time. Let me walk you through what this actually felt like when I tested it with a raw interview file. I fed it a huge chunk of footage that normally signals at least 4 grueling hours of manual editing work just to make it usable. Instead of watching every minute, I just told Vizard to pinpoint high-energy moments for quick social cuts. The system analyzed the audio and video tracks, located natural human reactions, and spat out clip suggestions in mere minutes. It even went a step further, suggesting initial captions and even potential thumbnail options for testing. Then I moved on to the B-roll dump, which is probably the part of my job I dislike the most because it's pure chaos. We're talking about 500 disorganized clips from completely random, unrelated shoots all piled up together. Vizard ingested all of that, processed it, and then neatly organized the clips based on visual content type. It tagged specific visual elements like close-up of hands or even person pouring coffee for later retrieval. That kind of searchable, granular metadata is an absolute lifesaver when you're constantly churning out short-form material. Now, you might be thinking about tools like Eddy, which excels at deep, thorough logging and thematic breakdown of interviews. Eddy is fantastic for newsrooms or documentary teams needing incredibly comprehensive footage organization for archival deep dives. However, Eddy can feel like a specialized logger, less focused on creating platform-ready viral clips and pushing them out. This is precisely where Vizard shines, transforming raw material into a steady stream of audience-ready content very quickly. It's less about exhaustive logging and more about turning footage into active content with a consistent publishing cadence. I need to be perfectly clear on what this AI assistant will, and more importantly, what it absolutely will not do for you. Vizard is not going to write the core narrative for your feature-length documentary project from scratch. It won't replace the essential human instinct for rearranging sequences to maximize genuine emotional impact during the final edit. What it is extremely good at is the pipeline tasks, extracting clips, captioning them, formatting for all platforms, and scheduling. For creators who must publish consistently, this tool saves an incredible number of hours every single week. For example, Santi used to spend a significant part of his week pulling 4 to 6 social clips for every main video we made. Vizard cut that down to maybe 30 minutes of simple review time because the AI handled all the heavy lifting beforehand. This freed him up to concentrate on the motion graphics, pacing, and final polish, which objectively improves our main uploads. We are now consistently putting out on-brand clips without squeezing in a half-hearted edit late at night. Now for the necessary disclaimers, because no tool is without its trade-offs. Be warned, you will get absolutely addicted to the efficiency once you experience this level of speed. If you are used to manual work, the initial feeling is an overwhelming sense of, how did I function without this before? This means if you are on a metered project plan, you are going to burn through your capacity very, very quickly. The pricing structure isn't always trivial, and high-volume creators will likely need a mid-tier or higher plan. It is an added monthly commitment, but one that's easy to justify if the reclaimed hours go to revenue-generating projects. I need to be upfront that it is an investment of both time learning and actual dollars in subscription fees. Secondly, just like every other current AI tool, Vizard is not somehow infallible or perfectly omniscient. It might select a clip that looks highly viral based on data but completely miss a quieter, crucial emotional beat. This is precisely why the human editor in the loop remains absolutely critical to the whole process. You are not handing over 100% of the creative authority, you are using the AI to reach a great starting point much faster. Then your human taste and context are applied to refine that material into something truly exceptional. The business use cases for branded content are incredibly compelling for anyone producing client interviews. For those 2-minute hero pieces, Vizard will generate all your social assets in a fraction of the usual time. If you are running a multi-camera doc series, you might still want to pair Vizard with a heavy logger like Eddie for deep archival work. Use the deep logger for cataloging everything, then use Vizard to surface the best clips and handle the scheduling distribution. This combination of heavy cataloging and quick clip surfacing creates a workflow that truly scales for large operations. Let's quickly touch on the actual cost to your monthly operational budget, because that matters too. If you only publish a recap video once every few weeks, the cheapest entry-level plan might cover your needs just fine. But if you are managing multiple client accounts or posting clips daily, you absolutely need that higher tier plan for its team features. Consider that if Vizard saves you 10 hours a month and you value your time modestly, the tool pays for itself almost immediately. The consistent posting it enables usually boosts your reach, which can directly translate into more incoming work and revenue. Another small feature I really appreciated was the incredibly streamlined content calendar functionality. You can manage captions, swap out thumbnails, and finalize publish times all within that single application interface. This removes a significant amount of unnecessary friction for any small team trying to keep up a posting schedule. The auto-schedule can fill the gaps you define, but it still smartly allows you to micromanage individual slots if you choose. It adapts perfectly whether you feel like being completely hands-off or preferring a highly involved approach to publishing. So what is my ultimate verdict on this powerful piece of software? If you're a solo creator or a tiny team drowning in video files, this tool is genuinely a pipeline game changer. It won't write your entire masterpiece or tell your seasoned editor their contribution is now obsolete. It automates the tedious middle steps that constantly steal away your most valuable creative time and mental focus. Use Vizard to escape the weeds of post-production so you can test more content ideas and maintain your social presence without burnout. If your workflow involves massive archival logging for news or broadcast, certainly pair it with a dedicated high-fidelity logger. Always keep this core principle in mind. The best results come when tools augment humans doing what they do best. And yes, Santi is still here, completely safe, although he did immediately ask for a raise after seeing the hours we saved. But seriously, if you're done wrestling with endless interview trims, you need to give this a solid try. Test it on just one project, measure the time you immediately reclaim, and then make your own informed decision on commitment. For our small operation, this has been one of those rare tools that fundamentally improves how we actually produce content. All right, I'm going to let Santi get back to the fun, creative parts and let the algorithm manage the rest of the social grind for a while. If you decide to check it out, start small by feeding Vizard one full interview and a pile of random B-roll clips. See what polished, ready-to-post assets the system hands back to you, and then go create something you actually enjoy making.